Okay, hello. My name is Nathan Lamariba, and for this week in 5.4 Prove, I'm going to be proving cybersecurity. To begin, I've already opened all of the applications. Let's start with PowerShell. So in PowerShell, I have identified the active network ports using this command here, the netstat -ano, and find string listening. So let's press enter. Give it a minute. There we go. So among this large list, I've decided that I'm going to be choosing port, the port ID 445. Let's find it real quick. 445, which is used for SMB file sharing, and port 3389, which is used for uh, remote remote desktop protocol. Let's find port 445. Here we are. So that's listening to the PID 4, and if we look for 3389, we can see that it's listening to 848. So one thing I learned about 3389 that if we go over to Task Manager and we go into the Details tab here, I searched that PID and it opens up this specific application here with the PID of 848. Now, I find the exact same PID belongs to that app there and is running the remote desktop service. So it clicked for me that this port isn't just a number, but it's a live bridge held open by specific background access or background process. If I stop the service, the port closes instantly. So it's really cool to realize that in my short research. So that's my aha moment for the week. Let's minimize that. The next task, I'm going to be running services. I already have it open here, so let's just open up services. So in services, we were told to look for. So I'm going to be identifying two running services that are related to network communication. So the first service I'm going to be choosing is the DNS client. It's already sorted by alphabet. Let's just look for D. DNS. There you go, DNS client. And here we can see that DNS client service sends domain name systems or DNS queries and caches query results and registers the computer's full name on the network. The service is not stoppable. So there's one service identified. If we can now search for another service, let's pick the HCP client. So this registers the update and updates IP addresses and DNS records for this computer. If this service is stopped, the computer will not receive dynamic IP addresses and DNS updates. If this service is disabled, any services that explicitly depend on it will fail to start. So I've identified two running services related to network communication. And next we're going to be showing the firewall. So let's just minimize that. Okay, so next I'm going to be demonstrating how to enable firewall rules. So I've already have Windows Defender with Advanced Security open, and I've already made two rows, inbound and outbound rows here on the Windows Defender. So let me demonstrate making a custom rule. So for this rule, I'm going to select the port. Let's press next. Let's go to TCP. Let's give it a specific port of 50,000, like for the other rows that I made. And we're going to allow the connection. So this includes connections that are protected by IP security as well as those that are not. There we go, everything's created. And I'm going to name this rule NA port 5000. Port 5000. No, not 5,000. 50,000, sorry. There we go. It's been created. If you scroll to the right, you can see just like the examples that I've made earlier, TCP, it has protocol TCP and a local port of 50,000. That goes the same for the other 5.4 security outbound row, which is here and is also a TCP protocol and a remote port of 50,000. So that concludes the firewall demonstration. Let's go over to task scheduler. So I've already made one schedule. It's here. It's called daily update check. So the daily update check triggers daily. You can see that when it triggers daily at 9:54 a.m. The specific actions that it will do is start a program, and the specific program that it's going to open is this one, the USO client start scan. So what that's going to do is that every day at that specific time, 9:54 a.m., it is going to ensure that the server checks for Windows updates automatically, keeping the system secure without manual intervention. This is like a regular scheduled update. So that concludes my demonstration for identifying ports, services, and configuring server security. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video.